Welcome to Dance Vision. I'm Christy Coté.
And I'm George Garcia.
We'll be sharing with you some exciting and dramatic figures for stage or performance tango in this Volume 2 of Tango Fantasía. Figure number 1, reverse Barrida to man's underarm turn. Show you what that looks like now. Beginning with the basic back ocho into a reverse sweep right here, or Barrida. Leader's underarm turn, follower's passada, and then we follow through with a forward cross step into the side or second position of the basic. George will explain the leader's part now.
We start by going left foot side, right foot closing to the back ocho. Right foot forward, just touching the outside of our left foot. We invite a side step. We keep no weight on the right foot, inside edge of that foot, pivoting on our left all the way around. Keeping weight on the left, we pivot with our right foot in a planeo, going through the position, going through with the right, and left foot going to the side, ending in the second position. Let's see that again. Side, side, touch. Right foot sweeping to the side, pivoting on the left, planeo with the right, going through, and left foot side, stopping in second position. And Christy will show the follower's part.
We'll first take a close look at the follower's footwork here. We begin with the basic back ocho here, and we receive an invitation for the side step, and this becomes a Barrida or a sweep to the left. From here I collect my feet, and then following through with the passada over the leader's foot and leg, I step forward, and from here I pivot and do a little planeo action here. Then collecting the feet, I'm going to step through to a forward cross step and a side step into the second position of the basic. Let's take another look at that all together. We have the basic back ocho. We have a side step, which becomes a Barrida or a sweep. I collect my feet. Here I drop the left hand and wait for the leader's underarm turn. With my right foot free, the leader will invite me with this right hand to step over or do a passada. Here I'm going to use a nice planeo action to pivot around, collect my feet, step through in a forward cross step, and then side into the second position of the basic. Let's take a look at that with a partner now.
We start with his left side to the audience, lead it to a back ocho. We lead the sweep. We drop our right arm behind our back, left arm over the head, keeping our weight on our left foot. We invite her to step over. She starts a planeo, and I start the planeo at the same time. We step through together, ending in the second position.
And let's take a look at the follower's part in the same way.
Let's go this way.
Okay. So we begin with the basic back ocho. 2 nice big back cross steps there, and I receive the sweep. This is really nothing more than a side step led by the leader. If his foot wasn't there, he could simply lead me with the torso to take a nice side step. And that's exactly what's happening, except that George chooses to put his right foot there and simulate a sweeping action.
There's almost no pressure toward her foot, but there is very light contact. I follow her foot with almost no pressure with my right. So I don't block her, but rather almost invite her as if it were a magnet.
And as I do that, I hold strongly with the left hand, being sure not to put too much pressure on the leader's right hand as I do that. That will help him to turn towards the right and bring me with him. Here I collect my feet, as always, between steps and wait for the leader's underarm turn. We drop these arms, his right and my left. He does the underarm turn, and with his right hand, he'll be inviting me to step over into this passada. And from this position, you notice how my left foot is really hooked around his foot. So in order to accomplish this next step, I want to use a planeo action. We'll be doing that at the same time to unhook our feet and planeo into this position. We collect through, forward cross step, side step to second position.
Let's try it from this position here.
Leader's underarm turn, follower's passata, planeo, step through, second position.
Let's try it with music. Figure number 2, Boleos in Calesita.
This is a very pretty figure for the boleos of the follower. Can be done with the boleos on the floor or the boleos in the air. And we're going to finish it with 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. Now George will explain a little bit more about the leader's part.
We start with the left foot going to the side, right foot collecting, and the left foot goes to the side with our weight split. Changing weight to the left, to the right, pivoting on the right and walking behind or around the woman. Left, right, so the left foot going behind, right foot side, left foot behind, right foot side, and waiting here, and finishing with 3 to 5 of the cross system basic. Let's see that again. Side, collect. Side, split weight, weight on the right, left foot back, right foot side, left foot back, right foot side, left foot back, right foot side, collecting, brushing through with 3 to 5 of the cross system basic. And Christy will show the follower's part.
Taking a close look now at the follower's footwork, we'll have a second position. We begin a series of back and forward boleos while the leader circles us around in Calesita motion. So it begins with back boleo and then a forward boleo and a back boleo and a forward. And the back boleo can be in the air as well. Now you might see here that the boleo action for the forward is a little bit different, and let me explain why. After we come and collect the feet, we're going to do a spiraling action into this forward cross, or forward, we might call it a forward boleo. So it's back in a normal boleo action, collecting the feet, and then spiral action so that the knee comes forward first. You'll see it better in this direction. Left knee leading, collect, back boleo, left knee leading, back boleo. We'll do as many of these as the leader invites. And after this, we'll collect our feet, left foot to right, without changing weight, and back 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. I'm going to show it now with George leading me with the full figure. Second position, we have back boleo, forward boleo, back boleo, forward boleo, back boleo in the air. Whenever you like, you can bring it in the air when the energy of the music and the lead calls for such a movement. One more time. And after this, we're going to collect our feet before we go 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. Talk a little bit now about the lead for such a beautiful movement.
Okay. We keep her balance on her right foot with a little bit of up energy to let her know that we're not going to go anywhere. So we suspend her weight in one spot. Our feet are collected. We take the left foot to the side with partial weight. And as we rotate our body to the right, we place the full weight on our left, or it could be split as well. We transfer our weight to the right, rotating our body to the left, and that creates the boleos. So we time her boleo action with the leg moving at the same time. So when her left foot goes behind, our left foot is behind as well. When it goes in front, our right foot is going to the side. We rotate to the left, that creates the boleo. And we can do this as many times as we wish. and finish with 3 to 5 of the cross system.
Because the follower collects her feet in between each boleo, it's easy for the leader to begin the exit rather than doing any more boleos, and for it to truly be a lead and follow situation. So after this boleo, I'm always collecting my feet in between each boleo action. Collect, back boleo, collect, forward boleo, collect, back boleo, collect, forward boleo. And when I'm at that collection, anytime it's possible for George to decide to exit the figure.
Let's try it to music.
Figure number 3, Sacada de la Pierna to followers underarm turn and back sacada. This is my personal favorite.
You have a lot of those.
We start with a back ocho, or 2-3 of the basic, and displacement to the leg, or Sacada de la Pierna, followed by a nice underarm turn for the follower into the follower's back sacada. We follow it up with a little molinette action and end in the second position of the basic.
Of the cross system basic, yes.
And there's George's explanation of the leader's part now.
Let's take a good look at the feet. Let's start from this position here. The beginning of this movement starts with the gentleman's right side toward the audience. He goes 2 to 3 of the basic, makes a large pivot with his right foot, goes through with his left, does about maybe a 70% or so weight change to the left, changes back to his right, freeing his left foot. During the underarm turn, we pivot on our right foot, left foot free, left foot does a planeo around, hooks behind our right foot, changing weight to our left. The right foot goes forward, pivoting to the left, placing full weight on the on the right, and ending in the second position in the cross system. Let's see that again. 2 to 3 of the basic, pivot, sacada, change weight to the right, left foot planeo, crossing behind the right, right foot forward, pivoting towards the left, and finishing second position in cross system. And Christy will show the follower's part.
I'm going to ask George to lead me in this since we do have an underarm turn. Let's try that same direction here. So let's take a close look at the follower's footwork in this first round. We begin with 2-3 of the basic and stepping back into a back cross step. We receive the displacement to the left leg and cross over in this position. It's nice that choreographically if you can end facing the audience here. So we have now the left leg crossed over. We're going to bring it down so the left leg is crossing lower around the ankles. During the underarm turn, we're pivoting simply on the right foot all the way around. Release the left foot and collect the feet. Be sure that the heels are facing the leader before you step back into the back sacada. And then side, forward, and side of the molinette. Here we receive a slight displacement to the left leg and collect the feet in the second position as if in cross system. Take another look at the figure from the follower's perspective. We begin with 2-3 of the basic and one more back cross step. You might also think of that as starting back ochos. And here the displacement, crossing over, keeping the body straight up and down with the axis over the right foot from the top of the head right down through the ball of the right foot, everything aligned. Make sure the leg crosses over, that you don't have an open position like this, but a little more crossed over with the side of the left shoe along the side of the right leg. The more you're en releve or with weight into the ball of the right foot, the better that will be. As we begin the rotation the other direction, I lower my left leg down around with the ankles close together and pivot completely around on the ball of the right foot. Collecting the left foot to the right foot, I'm now ready to step directly back into the back sacada and molinette side, forward side, receiving a slight displacement there, arriving here in the second position of the cross system basic. Let's talk a little bit about the lead now.
Starting with 2 and 3, we're going to invite the follower to nice rotation at position 3 till she goes all the way almost parallel on our right side. We pivot on our right and we extend our left leg through her position, and we end up in a triangulated position with the feet, with body rotation going toward the right that encourages a boleo and a position for her, let's say this position for her. When we rotate to the left, we'll bring our left arm up, keeping her on her right foot, and completing the rotation to the left and bringing the arm down again, we invite with our torso a step back for her, releasing our left foot, crossing behind, and stepping between and next to her left leg, finishing in this cross system second position. Let's see that again without stopping.
And let's talk a little bit about the upper body. Now we have an underarm turn element here. It takes a little closer explanation when we get here.
Excuse me.
Okay. There we are. Now we have a lot of momentum going this way and I have a nice strong hold here. He is left with my right. This is where the lead takes place right here. And George directs my turn with this hand. I keep a nice tension here so that he can hold and give me a little pull around, really thinking of it as like one complete turn. I think one turn and face my leader. And then there's a second lead that's with his upper body. He leads me a little bit further around, and with my feet ready, I go straight back into the displacement. So I think it's very helpful to think of this turn in two parts, as though it's one complete turn. If you use a spotting technique, you'll be looking from here at your partner, one complete turn, and then almost another half, but that half takes place only in the lower body for the Sacada. Let me show you what I mean. We begin here. I'm looking at my partner. I can be looking forward, perhaps this might be towards the audience, or looking at my partner, but wherever we start, we think of it as one complete turn here, all the way around to see our partner. The lead here is for another half turn, but it's only in my lower body as much as possible. The upper body tries to stay forward with the leader, so I step back and displace from there.
Let's see the man's footwork at the Sacada position. Right here, the first Sacada, he is in a triangulated position between her feet. When he displaces, he creates another triangle to create the balance. He rotates to his left with the underarm turn, and additional rotation, and his left foot has no weight, and with our turn to the left, we actually start to move at the same time she goes through. So it's an illusion that her leg is taking out our leg.
With the music?
Yes. Figure number 4, grapevine in shadow to forward ocho and pivot turn.
Let's take a look at what that looks like now. We begin in a shadow position. We do a little cadencia and into our nice grapevine steps, going from stage right to stage left, forward ocho for the follower, a pivot turn. We're going to now step through together. And George will explain the leader's footwork now.
Thank you. Let's look at from this angle, the feet. So we start in shadow position, weight on the right, cadencia with the left foot forward and across, left foot side, right foot forward and across, left foot side, right foot back, left foot side, right foot closing to the left foot forward in a point without weight, later transferring to the left foot, and the right foot going through and holding. Let's see that again. Starting in shadow. Step forward, side, back, side, right foot closing, left foot forward, placing weight on the left foot, right foot forward. And Christy will show the followers part.
We'll first take a close look at the followers' footwork. Let's see, we're going to begin a little bit over here in the shadow position. And we're going to do a little cadencia, making sure both feet are in a turned out position as we do that, rocking forward and back, starting the grapevine side, forward, side, back, side. And on this forward step, this becomes the first half of our ocho. Pivoting, completing the ocho in this direction, we're going to make an extreme pivot here to make a 180-degree turnabout for the pivot turn. Here we bring the foot through and over and forward with the leader. Let's take another look at that, the whole figure here. Okay, so in the shadow position with our leader, we want to cadencia with the leader, side, forward, side, back, side, forward. This is our ocho, pivot turn, bring the feet together and through with the leader into the forward step. Let's take a look at that together now. In shadow position, we'll do this facing the cameras. From here, we cadencia forward and side into the grapevine, forward ocho, pivot turn, and we step through together.
Let's take a good look at the leader's footwork from the back of the leader. So we're starting in shadow. A cadencia, side, forward, side, back. So we're mirroring her footwork all the way until our side step. We close, we send her to a forward step. We place our left foot forward and she pivots in that position. And from here, we walk through. Let's see that again from this side. Left foot, go to the grapevine. We go back, she goes side, she goes forward. Let's see it, let's hold it right there.
Okay.
Forward. There's going to be a change of hands at this position. When she goes forward, I'm going to change from my right hand to my left as she faces me, and I make contact with her foot during her pivot. Going through this position, we're going to share an axis and just walk through, making space for each other and holding right there. It's like stepping through a threshold or a doorway.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that one more time so you can talk a little bit more about the hands, because it's an interesting thing because George kind of changes hands, but I almost don't even notice it. So it's really smooth, little magic trick there, I think. Well, let's let George explain that now.
To the grapevine. She goes across right here. We invite her to a turn, or pivot, and we change hands so that we're coming through with our regular hold. Facing the audience, and we step through.
And now let's do it again and look at the followers part. Let's see, let's do it this way so we can look at the followers' footwork from this direction first. First the cadencia. As George says, our footwork is mirrored here, so we want to remain parallel with every step to the leader's footwork. Then we begin our ocho, we pivot, we step through, and I like the dramatic effect of really facing this direction. When George turns me, I make a sharp turn. And now I let George lead this. As our thighs come together, I feel his leg all the way down and I move with it.
Let's do from this angle.
Okay, same thing again. Cadencia, side, forward, side, back, side. Here comes the ocho, forward. Forward ocho, really with my energy going this way and turning sharply to my leader. And then through with George. Let me show that through part again a little bit right there.
We'll share an axis here, and we're both going to lift with our knees going through first, and our own legs brushing through ourself right there.
It's hard to do slow motion.
It's kind of fun. Okay.
And you see it because our feet are so close together here, as George said, we're sharing the axis. So we have to lean away. So we have to counterbalance each other as we step through. And I follow the guide of George's right leg. I don't do that on my own. I actually feel a little pressure from the thigh, and I can feel the leg, and I move with it so that we easily are able to balance ourselves there.
Good. Let's try to music.
Great.
Let's start from this way.
Figure number 5, free spin in spiral position. Let us show you that now. And go to the second position with a little parada. And George will invite a boleo action, and we end in a spiral position, winding up. We have a nice little turn, and then we'll end with 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. George will explain the leader's footwork.
We go to position 2. A parada at position 2, just touching her foot, which she sandwiches. We step to the side, displacing her foot, and we have her right in front of us while our weight is split. We rotate. During the spin, at the end of the spin, transfer weight to the right, going forward 3 to 5 of the cross system basic. Let's take another look. Position 2, parada. Displacement, give a little winding action with the torso and the embrace, give a little free spin, changing weight to our right, exit with 3 to 5, the cross system. And Christy will show the followers part.
We'll take a close look at the follower's footwork here. George will assist me since we have this free turn here. Go to the second position, and I receive a little parada, a stop, with the leader's right foot between my feet. I bevel my outside foot, the left foot, around his in this position. Then we receive the invitation to do the back boleo. I'll leave that on the floor for this figure. And then as we come back around the other way, we collect the feet with a little over rotation. It invites me into this spiral position. This is the position I'll stay in for my feet throughout this turn. So with a little wind up, I relax and follow that wind up, and then turn with my partner and collect the feet. The left foot is now free and ready to walk back in the 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. We'll do that one more time. Side, here's the parada, the back boleo, the spiral cruzada, little winding action, and turn in this position, left foot free to go back to the cross. Let's talk about how we lead that, huh?
Second position, parada. Sacada with our right to her left, releasing her left foot with a little bit of a rotation to the left for the gentleman. That invites the boleo. We reverse the direction, slightly with an over rotation to the right, which crosses her left over her right. We give a little winding up action. We spin her through, and we catch her on the other side. Transfer weight to our right, finish with 3 to 5 of the cross system.
The most important thing for me to remember is spotting. So when I begin the position, we'll go there, George, and after the boleo, spiral position, we're leading into the cross. This little wind up indicates to me that there's a winding up and ready for a turn. Since I'm looking here, what I like to do, actually, rather than spotting directly at my partner's face, I'll look right here. This seems to help me a little bit because it's the natural position of the embrace for me to look over George's left shoulder. So now I'll use this as my spot, and I'll try to come back there as quickly as possible and look at that spot again. And the first thing I have to do is take George's hand and try to keep my weight on axis so that I don't pull my leader over. Release the left foot, collect the feet, and we're ready to walk to the cross. Let's do that one more time. Parada, Boleo, spiral cross, and turn, and 3, 4, 5.
Let's try it to music. Figure number 6, counterbalance to molinette and followers reverse spiral.
Show you what that looks like now. Begin with a cross system basic. George turns me out into a counterbalancing position. I do a little lap piece here, and we begin the molinette forward, side, back, side, forward. A little reverse développé into a spiral for the follower, and ending in a spiral cross. And George will explain the leader's footwork now.
Let's take a good look at the feet from the back. We start off with the basic in the cross system, go forward with the left, forward with the right, and lightly cross the left foot behind the right without weight on the heel, but just pressure on the ball of the foot. We begin a pivot to the left, transferring weight to the right, creating an enrosque and a spiral with his left foot, creating a lapis to a parada, a stop here. Transfer weight to the left, facing the follower, and lightly collecting the right to the left at the cruzada, finishing in the 5th position. Let's see it again. Side, right foot closing, forward, forward right, cross left behind the right, pivoting to the left, transferring weight to the right, lapis and parada, transfer weight to the left, close the left slightly to the right, transferring weight to the right, and holding. Christy will show the follower's part.
Let's take a close look at the follower's footwork first. I think we'll do it in this direction here. So we have cross system basic, but on this 4th step right here, we begin to turn out into the counterbalance position. Right now I'm a little bit more on my axis than I will be when I show you a little bit later with George. But this left leg will come up, the left shoe alongside of the right leg, cross over and go down to the floor. Here I'd like to add a little lapis decoration. So that's a counterclockwise circle on the floor, trying to use the inside edge of the left shoe or at least the left toe before we go out into the molinette. Here we begin a nice circle going forward, side, back, side, forward, and on this 4th step I'm going to do what I'll call a reverse développé by lifting up and folding the leg in. One more time. Up and folding in. In this position we'll do a reverse spiral right here. And from here, we'll step forward and a nice crossing right here to end the figure. I'll show you the whole thing now in the same position. We begin with cross system basic with a turning direction right here in the 4th step into a leaning or counterbalance position. You'll see better with my partner leading me in just a moment. Down to the floor, lapis and forward, side, back, side, forward, up and cross, turning in this position, and then forward and spiral cross to finish the figure. We'll show you a little more closely now as we dance together some of those aspects. Cross system basic. Here's the counterbalance position. So I have a firm grip with my left hand here on George's back, and we counterbalance each other actually as I come up the leg with the left foot onto the other side and straight down to the floor. Since I have a nice leaning direction, I can use this foot to decorate on the floor before I go into the molinette. Forward, side, back, side, forward, up, and crossing over, spiraling into this position. From here, George will lead me into a forward cross step, and a spiral cruzada, or cruzada en espiral.
Let's talk a little bit with the leader. We start by going in cross system. We start to turn her out when her right foot is free. We start to face her outside in this direction, giving her a little bit of counterbalance. We're going to cross the left foot behind in order to counterbalance the partner. She plays, and we start to rotate to the left, and we start to pivot on both feet, transfer weight back to the right foot. When her left foot is free, we're going to invite her left foot around in the molinette by scribing a lapis and placing a parada just outside her left foot. And she does a reversed spiral. Lead her in front to a forward step, transferring weight to our left, rotating to our right, rotating her onto her standing foot, which will be her left. We change weight to the right. We can finish here or whatever you want to do next. Let's do that again from this angle. We lead her around the lapis and the parada, transferring left, right, and from there you can do whatever.
Let's see one more time from the follower's perspective. A couple more details. Here we go with the cross system basic. Be sure not to lead this yourself, but let your leader guide you to this counterbalance position. We've taken a close look at this lapis and around the corner, molinette reaching the steps around nice and long. Here we have a nice straight leg kick and crossing over. So you can see my foot as it comes behind here, and as I turn, I lower the leg into the spiral position. Here we have a basic forward cross step, and take a close look here at the spiral cross. Notice that my standing foot, which is my right foot, where all my weight is right now, is pointed actually in this direction away from George, and as he lifts and lowers me into the cross, I spiral my footwork into the cruzada position.
Let's try it to music.
Figure number 7, Espejo Enganches. Take a look at that now. We're going to begin with 1 and 2 of the basic. Step through an espejo position. Leader brings me around, and I use the enganche action here with my left leg. And as we decorate here, we're going to come back to that position, and then another enganche on the other side. And 3, 4, and 5 of the basic. George will explain the leader's part now.
Let's see our footwork. We start with the 1, 2 of the basic, back right, side left, going through with the right, turning to the left, transferring weight to the left, right foot still free. The follower plays while we wait. We step and pivot to the right, closing left to right, right foot to the side, pausing here, left foot brushing through, finishing with 3 to 5 of the cross system basic. Let's see that again. 1, 2, going through, pivoting to the left and holding, pivoting to the right, left foot closing, right foot side, left foot brushing through, 3 to 5 of the cross system basic. Christy will show the follower's part.
We'll first take a close look at the follower's footwork here. So we step 1, 2 of the basic, There's a nice pivot here. Be sure to pivot your right foot completely to a turned out position before stepping through in the espejo position. Again, the left foot here is turned out. Here's a nice pivot, so we step around our partner and use the left leg for an enganche action around the leader's leg. From there, we're going to take that leg and embellish on the floor on a nice, we'll call media luna, like a half moon circling on the floor, and back up to the same enganche. From there, we're going to rotate the other direction with the leader and hook right here for another enganche with the right leg. And from here, fan the right leg out and around into the back cross step. And we'll end with 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. And let me show you that one more time. We're going to be dancing 1, 2 of the basic espejo position, stepping around into the enganche, decorate the floor with the media luna and back up. Enganche on the other side with the right leg and swing it around for the back cross step, collect the feet, and 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. I'll show you that together now.
1 and 2 of the basic. Lots of turnout going through in the promenade or espejo position. Turn to his left, bringing her close. So she's on her axis and free to play with her left leg.
So I decorate the floor there and up again.
We rotate to the right. We step through her right leg, collecting, receiving the ocho, and going out to the cross. Let's try from this angle. Lots of pivot, going through. She plays. We rotate to the right, step through, receive the ocho, go out to the cross.
Let's do that again from the follower's perspective. Here we have 1, 2 of the basic. That's that pivot I was talking about earlier, right here. So the standing feet are turned out. We step through together, matching the movement of the leader. There's the espejo position. George brings me around and I lift up into the enganche position. Rotating down here, I free the left leg and embellish on the floor with a nice circular movement called a media luna and back up to the same enganche, down to the floor, hooking with my right leg here and fanning out into the back cross step. Right here I might want to add a little embellishment of an amage before I collect my feet, and 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic.
Let's try that to music. Figure number 8, Carpa from outside partner left.
Carpa being the Spanish word for tent. This is a sort of leaning style movement, which is why they call it the Carpa or tent style movement. We'll go to the second position in close embrace. With a little walk outside partner left, George will begin to rotate into the Carpa position. My left foot is free to embellish, and we have lots of fun with that before we walk 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. Now a little more information on the leader's part.
Let's look to the leader's footwork. Step 2, right foot closing to left. We're changing to cross system. We're going to bring the left foot, the left knee through to our right and the lady's left. We can walk outside. Forward with the left, side with the right, pivoting on the right foot. Now we're walking outside. Back with the left, side with the right, back with the left, side with the right, and we can hold this here, and we finish at 3, 4, 5 of the cross system basic. Let's see that again. Side, change weight to the right, Outside partner left, forward, side, back, side, back, side, brushing through, 3, 4, 5 of the cross system basic. And Christy will show the followers part.
For this, I'll need George's assistance since there is such a lean, something that I wouldn't be able to do by myself. And we'll focus on the leader's foot or the follower's footwork. Going to the side, I collect my feet in the second position. This is a nice position to collect them in here with my left toe against my left heel. I begin to walk with George, reaching back left, right, and as he turns, I'm going to wrap in the left foot in a little spiral position and decorate the floor by reaching around in a nice circular motion. This would be a typical embellishment. And here I might lift the lower leg for another type of embellishment. As I've collected the feet, we're ready to walk 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. Let's see it once more from the follower's perspective, taking a full look here. So position 2, collecting my feet in this position, we reach back, left, right, spiraling the left foot into a cross position as George begins to turn. I'm going to free this left foot out and around, embellishing as I like. I can be very creative with this. Later on we'll talk about some other options. And then from here I'm ready to walk 3, 4, and 5 of the cross system basic. We'll talk a little bit more about the technique of lead and follow for this type of Carpa movement now.
At position 2, the gentleman brings her forward and starts a bit of Carpa almost immediately. His step to the side is a little farther back than normal, and his right foot as he collects can be a little farther back than normal as well, so that commits the follower to her balance, sharing with his. He brings his left knee through to the opposite side, keeping the same contact, facing her with his chest, giving her a little bit of an upward feeling, stepping back and moving away from her axis so she's leaning totally toward him. The amount of Carpa is up to your choreography. You can do a lot of Carpa, giving her a long lean, bring her up just slightly just before you walk out.
Let's do that starting this direction so they can see the walk in the beginning. Perhaps without my skirt being in the way. We go second position. And we circle all the way around.
And all the weight is taken by the chest, so the hands could actually be free. She could even lift the left arm as well. So all the technique is in the body. There's no downward movement in the embrace.
And we'll talk about that a little bit from the follower's perspective. Beginning with the second position here. As George leads me in the second position, the first thing I do is really reach up and onto axis. So I'm very balanced, very on my axis. And as he creates a little bit of Carpa, even here in the second position, I'm balanced on him. If he were to step away, I definitely would fall forward. But I'm very balanced and don't need the arms to be here. So I'm not heavy at all. I want to push down into the floor through the ball of the right foot and right up to the top of the head. My head position should be here with George. Then I reach back, left, right, rotate into the cross and use my free leg to embellish as I like. Those embellishments should go counterclockwise, in and out. You can sometimes create your own movements and be as creative as you like without interfering with the leader's footwork.
Let's try it to music.
Okay. Figure number 9, cadenas left with ganchos. Cadenas are the chain steps. To this chain step, we'll be adding some hooking actions or ganchos. There's a hook for
And
me,
another.
hook for him, one for me, another for him, boleo, cross and point. George will explain the leader's footwork.
Okay, we'll start from the gentleman's left facing the audience. Take a good look at the footwork. We're going to go across the room. We change weight to cross system. Left foot forward and slightly diagonally out. Right foot side. Left foot back, turning and pivoting to the side. Right foot free, gancho. Right foot forward. Left foot forward, turning to the left, pivoting. Right foot side. Left foot back, pivoting to the left. One more gancho. Then a step to the right, a step to the left, and a step to the right, and a point. Let's see that again. Side together, forward, side, back, gancho, forward, forward, side, back, gancho, step, step left, step right, and a left foot point. And Christy will show the followers part.
We'll take a close look at the follower's footwork for starters. We have position 2 and 3 of the basic. In this position, we'll receive the lead for a gancho. Make sure the foot is turned out and lift into the gancho. Step forward, forward. Here you'll receive a little bit of an invitation to bend the forward knee so the weight comes forward and you create a space for the leader's gancho. We then step side and back again, repeating the first gancho, and forward, forward again, repeating the invitation for the leader's gancho. And side, we receive a lead for a boleo here, cruzada or spiral cross, and point for the finale ending. Let's see that once again. Follower's position will be 2 and 3 of the basic, gancho, forward, forward, receive the gancho, side and back gancho once again, forward, forward, receive one more gancho, side, receive the invitation for boleo, spiral cross, and point. And we'll take a look at this now with lead and follow.
This is a pretty exciting step.
It's a great one. Gancho.
Lots of turnout for the gentleman to his left. Stepping to the right, boleo, and point. Let's look at the gentleman's footwork from this angle. Going to the side, we open our torso to the left, inviting our partner to almost step to the side. We step through the space. We bring her to 2 forward steps. And our gancho, we step forward, she steps side, and we invite the same position again. One more time, one more gancho, her side step, the boleo, cruzada, and the point. Let's show you from this side so you can see. Side. Her gancho, my gancho. Her gancho, my gancho, her boleo, cruzada, and point.
Let's take a look at that from the follower's perspective now. 2 and 3 of the basic. He rotates me around a nice way so I can reach through for that gancho. Then step forward and forward. He induces a little downward energy to make space for his own gancho. Then he leads me around into the back step and we repeat that portion of the step, making it a chain-like action as it repeats. Boleo, spiral cross, and point. The repeating action of this figure is why it's called a cadena, or chain step. Maybe we can do the other direction to see if we see the followers part a little differently this way. Again, it's 2, 3 of the basic, gancho, step forward, receive the gancho, gancho, step forward, receive the gancho, boleo, spiral cross, and point.
Let's try this to music. figure number 10, molinette with free spin.
And that figure would be exactly that, a molinette with the followers free spin. And George will explain the leader's footwork on that.
We start with 2-3 of the basic. At position 3, we cross the left foot behind the right, pivoting on the right foot, going around, following our partner, ending up in Enrosque, a la piece to follow her around, and a parada to end the figure. Let's see that again. 2 and 3, left foot cross behind, pivoting on the right, to the left, from the Enrosque position, a lapis, and a parada. And Christy will show the followers part.
We'll first take a close look at the followers' footwork. We have 2 and 3 of the basic, and we begin the molinette with the side step, going side, forward, side, back, side, forward. And after this forward step, we receive the lead to do a small chaîné turn, right, left, right. With the left foot free, we go back, side, forward, and a big pivot to collect the feet, maybe coming up into a little embellishment here. I'll show you again one more time. We have the followers' footwork, 2, 3. Side, forward, side, back, side, forward, right, left, right for the turn, and back, side, forward, pivot, collect the feet, up for a little embellishment there. Let's take a look at that with the leader and follower.
2 to 3 of the basic. He sends her out, crosses behind, leads her around to a molinette, gives her a spin, a lapis, and a parada. Let's change the position so we can see a little better. Maybe this way. 2 to 3. A spin, lapis, and parada.
I almost didn't want to turn there.
Maybe I should lead it.
Let's try one more time from
Okay,
that direction. So sometimes when we slow down, it's not quite there, but this step has a lot of energy to it. And when we go nice and fast, the turn comes very naturally right there and up into the parada position. Let's take a look at the follower's footwork in this interaction, or the follower's movements here, I should say. Back side, notice how George sends me away from him. This is a very energetic movement, so he needs to create a lot of centrifugal force. So he sends me away, and I keep that momentum going forward side, back side, forward. Here I spot my partner as I do the free turn, looking at George as quickly as possible as I come around. Back side, forward, collect, up the leg for a little added embellishment there.
Let's do that again, and I'll show the little pausing action while the leader waits for her spin to complete his lapis. Send her out, he pivots, spin, lapis, and a parada, and finish any way you want.
This figure number 10 is the first of 3 figures we'll be sharing with you, which are perfect for the variation part of the music. That's the music that gets to be double time, and generally it's at the very end of the song. So we'll show you what that would work like with the music. Figure number 11, Enrosque, back Sacada, and salto. This is another great figure for the variation work of the song. That would be the double time music that we hear in many Argentine tango songs. I'll show it to you now. The leader's Enrosque action into a back Sacada, a little salto or jump, and we'll finish it with molinette. And George will explain the leader's part now.
Let's examine the footwork from this direction. 2 to 3 of the basic. Left foot forward, right foot hooking around the left foot in an enrosque action, using the ball of the foot to unwind. Left foot going back, split weight changing from the middle, pivoting to complete the weight change to the left and holding in this torqued position. Let's see that again. 2 and 3. Left foot forward, Enrosque, back Sacada, molinette, pivoting, and stopping in a point or pose. And Christy will show the followers part.
We'll first take a close look at the followers' footwork here. We begin with 2 and 3 of the basic and begin the molinette side, forward, side, and back. Here the leader displaces my right foot, or right leg I should say, which displaces my own left leg, and I jump onto the right foot, and lifting the left foot as I'm in the air, I come down into the forward step of the molinette and continue with side, back, side, forward, and we'll add a little point right here. Now let's take a look at that one more time from the follower's perspective. Side, back, start the molinette, displace here, jump, and forward, side, back, side, forward, and point. You'll see the jump a little clearer now as I do it with George. Let's look at the jump now that I have a little extra help from the leader. Side, forward, side, up, kick the left leg, and forward, side, back, side, forward, and point.
Let's see it from this direction. Let's look at the back Sacada footwork for the gentleman. Here we go through 2 and 3, forward step through, Enrosque action, until he's facing the woman. From her outside right, we step through with our left, keeping our heel low to the floor. We transfer her weight to her left. At the same time, we give a downward action, straight down and straight up. She changes front and goes around to the other side and finishes the action.
Let's do it from that same direction and see the followers jump again. Let's see, we'll do it nice and slow here when we get to that part. As I was saying before, the follower is actually displacing her own leg. And as I do that, notice that I'm facing this way on George's right side now. And I'm going to end on George's left side. So he's going to displace my leg. I'm going to displace my own leg with a little jump, landing with a turned out foot on the right foot, and then come through to the molinette. One more time without stopping here. I think this direction is good. There you go. Anything else? Let's see. Maybe about the upper body with the hand and all.
Torquing to the left.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's start from position 3. We give an impulse to the follower to create space. We enter through her back foot. We keep turning our torso to face her even though we are twisted. We create the enrosque here. We unwind. And we're now in a triangular position, ready to start the sacada and the jump, sending her to a new direction.
You'll notice that George uses the left hand a little bit to give me a little lift and a little leverage right there. Rather than leaving it here, it's come down a little bit to help me.
In essence, the leader starts the jump, which she uses with her own leg power, but we assist. Effortless.
Effortless with your help.
Thank you. Let's try some music. Figure number 12, Boleos to slicing entrada.
This is another figure very good for the variation work in the music, the fast double time music. We begin with a series of fast boleos. Boleo back and forward and back and forward. And last time into a slicing action and up. And we go back to the cross, a little inline boleo and a pause. George will explain the leader's part now.
Let's see it from this position. We go to second position, parada. She sandwiches, we sacada or take out the foot, step side, right foot, We wait for her, let's say her Boleo variation to end. At her forward Boleo, we collect through and step through with the right, receiving the entrada. We help her up. We step back with the right and go to 3 to 5 of the cross system basic, little inline Boleo, step back with the left and pose. Let's try that again. Left foot side, touch. Right foot side, Boleo variation. Right foot forward, she slices, we bring her up. Side right, forward left, forward right, little inline Boleo, back left, partner outside. Christy will show the follower's part.
We'll take a close look at the follower's footwork, and for that I'll need George's help. We'll go to the second position, closing our left foot around the leader's foot in the parada position. We begin to do a series of boleos, back in the air, forward, and back and forward, back and forward, and now we're going to slice down and come right back up, flicking here, collect the feet. We're ready to go back to the cross and into an inline boleo, stepping forward, lunging onto the right foot, making sure both feet are turned out. Let's take another look at that from the follower's perspective here. Side. Here's the series of boleos. I'm going to slow this down a little bit to show that from the forward boleo, we're going to lead with the knee coming around the corner first. This gives a faster boleo for the follower. So back boleo, forward boleo. Back boleo, whether we keep it low or bring it up here, knee will lead first. And that way we'll do a couple of fast ones here. Then we can see how the knee will help us to speed that up. And after the last one, we go down for the slicing action and reach right up, flick, collect the feet, follow the leader to the cross, inline boleo, and lunge forward. Talk about a little about the lead now.
Second position parada. We take out her left leg by stepping to the side. That starts the boleo action. We keep a nice, relaxed, elastic embrace for her to make her movements. And on the last boleo, just prior to the last boleo, we start to replace our weight to our left, stepping through, giving lots of contra body movement. We step through with the right, receive the entrada, help her up, replace weight back to our right, go to the cross, little boleo, and posing in outside position.
Interesting thing is that all these moves are actually invited by the leader, although they may look very choreographic. There is an initiation for everything from the leader. Starting from the step side, I simply close my feet and find his foot there. Here, there's almost a little displacement from his right leg, sending me into the first boleo. With the lead of the shoulders or torso of the leader, I can easily find that this is a great place for me to respond with the boleos. Here, as he lunges forward, he gives me a little energy down, and I lunge down, and he brings me back up. Thank goodness he helps me up. And back to the cross. Here again, he leads my inline boleo and into this pose with a little energy towards this direction as I go into the air for the inline boleo. He kind of holds back, so it's like inertia. Let's just do that last part there. As I come up from the slicing entrada and collect my feet, here George gives a lot of momentum back, and he holds back while I keep moving into that inline boleo.
Let's try it with music.
Figure number 13, back Sacada to Carpa. This begins a series of 3 figures which are very nice for the finale or endings to your dance. This particular figure is danced very nicely anywhere in the choreography, but we'll play it as an ending right now for you. We'll be facing this direction with 2 and 3 of the basic, back Sacada, and into a close embrace Carpa. And George will explain the leader's footwork for this.
Taking a good look at the footwork, left foot side, right foot forward outside partner, left foot collecting without weight, using the inside edge with the heel down, pivoting on the right foot until we're backing to our partner. We send the leg back low through her position, transferring weight to the left and then to the right, and holding position just as so. Let's see that again. Side, forward, collect, pivot, left foot back, right foot side, and hold. Christy will show the followers part.
We'll take a close look at the followers' footwork. For that, I'll need George to lead me. I think we'll do it this direction. And we go to the second position, third position. George leads me back into my fourth position as he pivots, and I receive the displacement or back Sacada there, close my feet, left toe to right heel, and in this Carpa position, we can end like so. Let's take another look at that. So we have 2, 3, I go back to the fourth position, receive the displacement, and I can even use my left arm as a little embellishment as I land here in the final pose.
Let's see from the other direction.
Okay. Here's the Sacada, up and around into the final pose. My left toe to my right heel. Let's see and talk a little bit more about the leader's part for this.
When we step to the side, we go to position 3, and we lead her to one more step while we wait. We commit her to this step by not letting her take another step. We slow her down just for a moment while we pivot on our right foot, pivoting our lower body with the heels together to back toward her leg. We transfer her weight to her right during that moment, bringing her closer to us and stepping back with our right and holding this last position. Let's see it from this angle so you can see the angle of the Sacada. There's the triangle, the pivot, going back, changing the embrace, getting closer to her, changing her weight to her right, getting her close, stepping back with the right, and holding.
And let's see that from the follower's perspective now. We'll try both directions, I guess. So we'll try from here, 2, 3. As I said, George leads me back to one more step. It's sort of like fourth position, but if I was really going back to fourth, I would just be straight back like this. But I'm starting to turn out. It's almost like a side step of a molinette, beginning of a molinette. In this position, I form two sides of the triangle with George's standing foot or right foot. And that's a perfect place for him to get in there and do the back Sacada. With all my weight on the right foot at this moment, he can displace my leg very easily and turn us around. I use the left arm to embrace slowly and dramatically, and with the weight fully into the ball of the right foot, I'm lifted up all the way through the top of the head to be light in this position and not heavy on the leader. My left toe is against the right heel of my shoe. Now we can also add some additional embellishments for the followers' footwork as we do this. So we can go here to back Sacada, here, lift the leg and close it perhaps like so. Since it is a finale, we won't have a lot of time to create other embellishments in the move. We'll be going rather quickly to that position. Shall we show it with the music?
Yes. Figure number 14, salto and espejo.
Let's take a look at that now. We're going to begin with 1 and 2 of the basic, some grapevines in the espejo or mirrored position, a little jump and a pose here for a nice finale. George will explain the leader's footwork now.
Hey, let's look from this angle. Take a good look at the footwork. We'll start with the 1, 2 of the basic, right foot back, left foot side, turning out into the espejo position, forward with the right, side with the left, back with the right, side with the left, forward right into the jump, side, and pose. Let's see that again. Back with the right, side with the left, right, left, jump, left, pose. And Christy will show the followers part.
We'll take a close look at the followers' footwork here. We begin with 1 and 2 of the basic. We'll be pivoting to face the espejo position for Grapevine with the leader, going forward, side, back, side, forward. And here we'll take a little jump and land in the pose position, making sure that both feet are in a turned out position. Let's take another close look at that again. For the followers part, we have 1, 2, pivot to the forward position. Make sure that each step is towards the line of dance. So forward, side, pivot to the back step, side, forward, and so each step of this grapevine is in one straight line. Then instead of a side step of the grapevine, we have a little jump into the back pose. The entire time we're doing this, we want to make sure to keep looking in the direction that we're dancing, including the final pose. We'll see that better as we dance it together.
We'll do 2 angles. We'll start with the leaders. 1, 2 into the espejo. Forward, side, back, side, jump, and pose. One more time, and I'll explain the lead on the jump. Back, side, forward espejo, side, back, starting to get a down energy, a jump, and a hold.
And we'll try this direction. Looking at the followers' footwork, forward, side, following the pivot into the espejo position. I want to move with the leader with a mirrored position of the footwork. So it's forward, side, back, side, forward with a downward energy. I feel the jump and into the pose. See that one more time. And if we dance this together in this way, we want to keep looking in the direction we're traveling this way, so the upper body stays very still, and we continue that vision looking that way.
Let's do it down stage.
1, 2, forward, side, back, side, forward, jump, and pose.
Let's try it to music.
Okay. Figure number 15, inline boleo to lunge and outside lunge. We'll show you the 2 different varieties here now. Position 2, to a nice inline boleo and a lunge. We can do that just slightly different with an outside lunge. I'll show you now. And there I am to George's outside. George will explain the leader's footwork.
Let's do it from this angle. Starting with 2 and 3 of the basic, 3 being outside, going back inline on 4, forward on 5, just a slide forward action with the left leg to free it up, a very elastic feeling, going back inside with the left, and holding position with very little weight on the right. Let's try that again. 2, 3, forward with the left, forward with the right, side with the left. And Christy will show the followers part.
And we'll take a close look at the followers' footwork for this. I'll do it this direction for you, perhaps. And we go 2, 3, 4, straight back on 5, because the leader steps in line, so we feel that direction rather than into the cruzada. We lift this leg for the inline boleo, and coming through, sliding the foot forward and lunging to a complete forward lunge with the weight primarily on the right foot, split a little bit with some weight on the inside edge of the left foot behind me. Let's take a look at that if we do it all the way through without stopping. 2, 3, 4, 5th position up and lunge forward into the final pose. Footwork is actually the same no matter whether you're doing the lunge or the outside lunge, but we'll show you the difference now as we dance it together.
Let's show you from this angle, and we'll show the inside or the inline position and the outside position. Go 2 and 3 are the basic. The 4th step is inline. Take a forward step with the right, with an impulse or an energy there, and straight through. And that would be the inline. The steps are the same for both, except there will be an adjustment of direction for the outside lunge. 2 and 3, in line, and I bring her to the outside position for the alternate lunge. Let's try that again.
Inline boleo to the outside lunge. Let's take a look at the follower's footwork and how we understand this lead. It's truly led. We're stepping like 3, 4, and instead of across here, I'll be stepping back because George is stepping in line with me rather than outside. Then with a little impulse, it's an inline boleo, I slide forward into the lunge. I try to find my knee in the inside of his knee here. We'll just show it one more time here as we go back into this position, my right knee into the inside of his left knee. And I get there by sliding forward on the ball of the right foot and posing right there.
Let's try the outside one too.
It's almost the same for the outside, except after the impulse for the inline boleo, George changes his position slightly, and so he directs my forward step to his left side, to his right side, his right side for the outside lunge.
Let's show it straight from the back, from the leader's perspective. 2, 3, 4, the inline.
Very clear to me that he wants me to go in line with him.
And the outside. You'll see a change, a slight change of direction.
It's as if he moved his body in front of my lunge, and so directing me to his right side.
Let's try it to music. And again, do you think so?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it again for the outside lunge. Same piece of music, maestro. And there it is.
We hope you've enjoyed these exciting and dramatic figures for Tango Fantasía. On behalf of Dance Vision, I'm Christy Coté.
And I'm George Garcia.